What is going on, everyone? Scion's here with the Everyday Grind. Today, we're going to talk about New World launch day. How was it? Is the game ready? Can you get in there and play? There's a lot of yeses and a big fat no. We're going to get into that. Don't forget, I'm streaming on Twitch every day this week, but usually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And starting November 5th, I'll be streaming for the holiday season on YouTube. We're going to hang out. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what's what. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to make that happen. So let's talk about New World. Here you're seeing some gameplay. Like I'm doing all these things. I'm crafting, I'm gathering, all this stuff. We're going to address the big fat white elephant in the room last. Let's talk about what was good about New World and the release. I can tell you right now, personally, from my experience from playing World of Warcraft, ESO, Final Fantasy, I had zero disconnects, not one disconnect. Once I got into the gameplay was smooth. There was no issues. There was no problems. It was great. There was a lot of people. I'm on a high population server. There was a lot of people around, so I couldn't do the things I wanted to do like I did in the beta, like go around, and mining nodes were very hard to come by until later in the afternoon when people finally got frustrated and logged off and couldn't get in or whatever it was. And I found some spots where people hadn't been yet, and I was able to get some mining done. Trees are everywhere. I had a hard time with harvesting some herb nodes and that kind of stuff. I found some hemp in the game later on, but trees and flint and all that stuff, plentiful, plenty of stuff out there. You can crack boulders if you want to. I call it pounding rocks. Plenty to do. Love the game. Love the gameplay. It was great. It was really, really good. The only thing I could say that would have improved the experience without addressing the white elephant in the room, the game needs a mount. I would say the game needs a mount. It needs a mount. There's a lot of running around. Make sure, and I'm going to do a tip video later, make sure you're throwing down your campsites. A big deal. I'm just going to tell you, it's a big deal. Don't be like me. That's a problem. So let's address the white elephant in the room. Let's address it. Let's make it happen. Queue times. So when you play an MMO, you want to play with other people, right? I absolutely agree 100%. I think that people misunderstand. I think that Amazon did a great job on what they did. They limited the amount of people that can be on a server for stability of gameplay. But I also think it was a poor decision limiting the amount of people that can play on one server. Now, I don't know what's behind the scenes. I don't know what it takes. Like, I'm a noob. I don't get it. However, what I do know is when you're playing an MMO, you want to play with your friends. You want to go do this. You want to go do that. You want to go where the people are. And by limiting that, it's kind of hard to play. The queue times were long. I think Asmongold had 10,000. I think he gave up. He was really upset. So again, day one of launch on a brand new MMO, there's a couple things you need to think about. Number one, it's going to be popular. So if you want to play on a high populated server, you're going to have a queue time. And say, for example, New World launched at 6 a.m. my time, 6 a.m. If you're trying to get on at 2 p.m. and you want to sleep in until, 4 p.m. and then, I'm going to go log into New World, and you want to go to the server all your friends are on and it's a high population server, you're not getting on. That's just not clear thinking on the player's part. I understand that they should have opened it up more, but here's my thought process, and stick with me here. What I'm thinking is they limited the amount of people per realm to ensure good gameplay. Now, you're not going to see this with, I can tell you right now, World of Warcraft, because it hasn't been that way. It takes a couple days usually. People are getting disconnects. You can't log in. It's a whole thing. Like, I get it. New World, I think what Amazon's going to do is they're going to, as the information rolls in from how many people want to play on that server, they're going to adapt and open up that server. They are also offering, last I checked, at some point in the future, in the next week or so, they're going to give you guys and all of us, realm transfers, free realm transfer, whatever it is. That's also good. However, when you're playing an MMO, you really want to play with your friends and play where the people are, because that's what makes it fun. And it's very important to play where the people are, especially in New World. That's hard to say, play where the people are. because it's faction based. So if you're in the Marauders or the Syndicate and they're controlling half the map and you're not in one of those guilds and companies that, you know, are part of that, you're going to lose out. Taxes are going to be high. It's a whole thing right now. So it's very important that you get in there and you pick a faction that you think is going to do best on that realm. I totally get it. However, I will still say this, Scion stands by this 100%. By far for me, it was the perfect effing launch day. I had very minimal bugs. There was a couple targeting things, wasn't a big deal. It was smooth. It was easy. No disconnects. Best launch I've ever seen of an MMO. And it doesn't matter if it's new content, a new patch, whatever it is, no issues. There were not placeholders in the game, like in some other MMOs who didn't oversee what was going into the game. There was plenty of discussion. I understand, again, people are upset. People want their money back. Hey, man, if you're going to play an MMO and you want your money back because you couldn't get onto the realm you wanted on because there's 10,000 people wanting to get on, man, that's not the company's fault. That's your fault for making that choice. If you want to play the game and then later move on, then by all means do so. So get on a realm that you can play on. Go on a low population realm just to get started. I understand that you're not going to want to do that. I get it, but that's your option. That's just the reality of what the game is. However, Amazon and New World did a great job of release. We're going to have to wait and see what they come up with in the future. I haven't been able to get into any of the instance content yet. Again, that's hey, all my buddies, let's go. We're ready. Let's get in there. There are no in-game raids as of yet. I have a feeling that's going to happen as New World will, in my opinion, start to dry up a little bit when everyone's at max level and they can't get into the instance dungeon groups. They don't want to PvP all day long. Again, a PvP MMO, not always overly popular because people want to get in. As of right now, there's no group finder. So it makes it a little more difficult to get into the instance content. I have a feeling we're going to see some of those things get in there and get done. But again, I'm going to tell you guys, it's been a great experience. I've had a great time playing New World, and I'm going to play it again today, and I'm going to play it again tomorrow, and I'm going to play it for the next week. And we're going to see what we can do. We're going to see what fixes they put in the game, what ideas they come up with going into the future. My thought process is right now is that New World is about 30 days of gameplay. You're going to get to the top. This is ground level, right? So they've got room to grow. They need time to prove themselves. It's going to be a multi-year process. Right now, I'm all in. I'm good. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect game, and it's not for everybody, but I'm having a blast. I'm having a good time. The best part of this for me is that it's not like Warcraft. It's not like ESO. There's no rush to get to the end game. There's no rush. I'm like level 17 after the first day, and there's only so many levels you can go to. I'm happy with that. I'm pleased with that. I can go off and craft if I want and not feel like I have to go and get into other things and, oh, I can't do this now, I'll do this later. And I just do what I want. It's hard to find that in an MMO. I think later on, if they add more content to New World, which I would assume they would, right now, Amazon's hitting on all cylinders right now. It's going to be really, really good. And eventually, if you're in a company and you're doing instance content, it may move to that at some point, but right now, man, it's great. I highly encourage you to buy the game, get in there, get the crafting, cut the wood, pound the rock, do all of those things. You know, you can PvP if you want to, you can flag yourself. I just had a great time. The game is highly recommended by me, Scions, the everyday player. I'm just like you guys, man. I just play games. That's it for me, everybody. Just a quick review. After day one, I think we're in a good spot with New World. So check it out, get in there, buy the game, play the game. And don't forget, if you have liked this video, please like, subscribe, ring that notification bell right here on this YouTube channel. And don't forget, I stream on Twitch Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday every week. But November 5th, we're switching to YouTube for the holiday season, and I'm going to be streaming live on YouTube. So all the content will be there. Come hang out with me. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.